Hi everyone, I believe that most of you are confused. I hope that this video will clear some confusion. When people talk about file storage, the first thing that comes in mind is something like a station or service to let you upload and retrieve files. There are two kinds of file storage. One is confidential and one is not confidential. The not confidential ones are the ones like Google Drive. I will skip the details in how Google Drive works as a whole because it is too complex to explain and the technical details might not be understandable for public. From this point and onwards, let's talk specifically on confidential based file storage. In general, there are two types of confidential file storage. One is temporarily have access to your keys. You can assume the keys as your passwords or passphrase. The other one is do not have access to your keys. From this point and onwards, let's talk specifically on the latter one. The file storage that does not have access to your keys. I will be talking specifically on passwords as passphrase does not have the problems. Passwords in general is considered a really problematic and flawed mechanism, either in logging in or used as encryption keys. There are a lot of advices that users have to take to make their passwords strong enough. Among the advices are: is the passwords long enough? Is the passwords come from top common English words or phrases? Is the passwords come from top common passwords? Has the passwords been reused? Is the passwords among the list of stolen passwords? These are the advices that users have to take and follow. To be honest, majority will not follow the proposed advices. Passphrases, on the other hand, does not have these problems. However, it is not that doable to differentiate passwords or passphrases given an input. I would like to ask you a question. Do you feel comfortable and secure to use passwords or passphrases in login or as a source for encryption key? File name such as passwords.txt, bankinfo.txt to give a little too much information about the file we upload that's stored on the server. To provide an extra confidentiality, original file name like passwords.txt or bankinfo.txt was never sent to server. The file name sent to server was always some random nonsense such as azhi 1db 9s0, or you can see an example in the screen right now, the random password that generated. This kind of random file name was similar to random generated password excluding special characters. However, this information is not encryption. They are just there to confuse people what are the files you upload and store. The source for encryption keys are always pure randomness as described in cryptography. The encryption key, which is similar like passwords, was never sent to server. This type of key was just generated by randomness and stored locally on your devices. The login mechanism that you will use is something called as public key cryptography digital signature algorithm with challenge and response mechanism, or in short, it is SSH key login mechanism. Unlike the cryptography key that is similar to your passwords, public key cryptography consists of one password and one publicly disclosable key. The latter one will send to server for authentication. Does not matter if the key is public key, cryptography keys, or encryption keys like password. These two are generated purely on randomness. Information such as phone number, email address, and IP addresses were never collected at all when you register or log in to an account. However, when you make or renew a payment, PayPal will collect your email addresses, which in turn also visible to me. Your email is just there for regulatory reason and nothing else. The file storage currently running in PayPal sandbox environment. It means that any payment you make is all considered a fake payment. For a time being, it will always be in sandbox environment. If there are any changes on the environment, you can spot it within the client application. If you are interested in using it or would like to know how it works, the client application is available under the releases folder. The server code and the client application code are available in my GitHub. When we talk about security, there are always drawbacks or disadvantages. However, I can't answer those in this video. If there is a need to address those, feel free to contact me in session, messaging application, or contact me in LinkedIn if you are a corporate or company. I hope that this video to clear some confusion in what the file storage really is. That's all. Thank you.